Territory, taking territory, taking territory, territory, taking territory, taking territory. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 112 of 365 days of Fear Not, where we eradicate the spirits of fear by learning, using, and applying the word of our Heavenly Father, Yahuwah, through the name, sacrifice, and resurrection power of Yahushua HaMashiach. You know him as Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So I pray that you all had a wonderful day today and you are excited, of course, to dive into the word. Give me one moment, please. All right. So we have completed the book of Jeremiah, all of the Fear Nots. That was an excellent book. I hope you all enjoyed Jeremiah's story, the story of all the prophecies that were in there. Some have yet to be fulfilled in our time, I believe. But even if not, it is still a good thing to know because it helps you to discern the times and the seasons. So anytime you see prophecy, you should perk your ears up, perk up your spiritual ears so that you can see if, hey, is this happening around me? Is this something that I should be aware of right now? Always ask yourself that question, okay? So especially when we get into like Timothy, the book of Timothy, I'm sure you will find some very, very accurate things that are being said about the state of the human condition that we are seeing in our time today. And so, but until then, we are almost complete with the all of the Fear Not scriptures in the Old Testament. You know, I don't like using Old Testament, but for the sake of, I guess people being, familiar with different parts of the Bible, we're almost complete with the Old Testament, and we will soon be moving into the New Testament, which I am also extremely excited about because then we will begin to tie in, right? A lot of things that we have gone over for the last 100 or so days. Now, when we go into the New Testament, we'll be able to tie those things together, to tie the what do you call it? What's the word? The testimonies together to really understand more what Yahushua HaMashiach is saying. So yeah, I'm excited about being able to walk through that with you guys. Because honestly, this is the first time I have done it in this manner. Okay. Generally, most of the Bibles that I like to use, if you look at my prophecy Bible, right here in the center, it has all of the reference verses. So these are the types of Bibles that I like to get because I can always like say, oh, okay, I can always look back and see how everything ties together. Like there is, because God, our God, Yahuwah, is a God of order. He is not a God of chaos. So let me see. Let me get myself to Lamentations in this Bible, because Daniel will be the next one we're reading. Okay, Lamentations was where? Okay, very short. Lamentations is only like 5 chapters, so that's how I was like, I know it's here. Okay, so we're reading Lamentations 3 and 57. And immediately I thought of another scripture that was 3, 5, and 7, or 5 through 7 when I did that. But anyway, so like I explained to you all yesterday, Lamentations is a book of, it's kind of like a book about depression. Why does this look so blurry? Why does this look so blurry? I may have to reset the camera. Give me one moment, please. Let's see if I can reset this thing so that it's not blurry to you all. Still looks a little bit blurry to me. Is it my eyeballs? I don't think so. It's just blurry. Okay, so that's another business I have. Okay. All right. I don't want this to look blurred. Okay. Not sure why it's looking so blurry, but we're just gonna have to rock with it today. We're gonna have to rock with it because I think I messed up there we go. I had to cause it to reset a little bit. It still looks a little blurry, but we're gonna move forward. Okay, clear or not, we are moving forward with today's study. Okay, so I told you that the book of Lamentations is something that you may want to consider reading, like, especially if you thank your Father, especially if you are dealing with any type of depression, if you're reflecting on your life and feeling like, oh, woe is me, I have messed up so bad. Lamentations talks about Yahuwah's judgment, but then it brings in hope, right? It brings in hope. And so today's subtitle in my Bible is Lament and Hope. So what is lamentations? What does it mean to lament? Let's just look that up. Let's just get some clarity on what it means to lament, and then we'll move forward. Okay, because God does not do anything without a purpose. So I'm going to go into my Bible hub. I'm going to go to Lamentations. I'm going to look up the word Lamentations. Or lament. Okay, lament. Mourning and see, I think it's heaviness. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Lamentation is kind of about, well, actually, lamentation says here, it says response or answer. I always assume, see, I've been learning something new too. I always assume that lament meant to kind of sit and reflect and be, kind of melancholy or something. That's what I thought it was, because I think that's the English version. Let's see what the English version of lament definition is. Yeah, see, so our English version says to express grief for or about, to mourn, to regret deeply. Okay, so it says to regret deeply, but in Hebrews, it is response or answer. So I believe this is a combination of the two. It's a response or an answer for the grief that they're feeling. Okay, because they are very grieved. The writer of this is grieved about the desolation of Jerusalem, about Yahuwah's wrath against the people. But then it starts to talk about encouragement during this time, reasons to be encouraged. And then there's a prayer at the end in verse 5. So we are in the reason for comfort. So this says lament and hope, lament and hope. And I'm going to start because it's only, we got 57 verses here. I'm going to read it anyway, because like I said, if you're feeling depressed or anything like this chapter probably would be good for you to read. All right. It says, remember we talked about affliction, so this is good. 3 and 1. I am the man that has seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. He has led me and brought me into darkness, but not into light. Why? Because it's the rod of correction, the rod of his wrath. Why is there a rod of wrath? It's due to disobedience. Never forget, Yahuwah does not punish you just because he feel like it. You get punished just like you do with a parent, just like you do if you break the law. You get repercussions for that. Okay. So this wrath that came from Yahuwah was because of disobedience. They turned their back on him. Okay. So never forget that. Whenever we're reading about Yahuwah's wrath, just remember that is a result of disobedience. That is a result of yeah, it's a result of disobedience, just to keep it simple. All right. Number 3, surely against me is he turned. He turns his hand against me all the day. My flesh and my skin has he made old. He has broken my bones. Now, there's a picture that I refer to, and there was a revelation that was given to me about, there's this picture that's going around that had, when I was a child anyway, I saw it several times, where Jesus was carrying, it says the 90 is basically based off of the scripture where he talks about what shepherd would lose his one, would not leave the 99 and go after the one. So this picture it's a picture of Yahushua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, carrying this, or his likeness, or that, his supposed likeness, carrying this sheep over his shoulders, right? And so he's like carrying it, like this. He's got the legs like this, and he's carrying the sheep. Now, I was like, oh, he's carrying the sheep back home. But I was told that it was a common practice that if a sheep went astray, that the legs of the sheep was broken. So this is why this shepherd was carrying the sheep. This is why he was carrying the sheep, because he broke the legs. But he also, the responsibility of that shepherd was to help mend and nurse the sheep back to health after breaking the legs. But the sheep never went astray again. So that was the affliction of the sheep. So this tells me here, it's saying, surely he has, we're talking about the rod of his wrath, right? So 3 says, surely against me he has turned his hand against me all the day. My flesh and my skin hath he made old. He has broken my bones. He hath builded against me and compassed me about with gall and travail. He has set me in dark places as they be of dead old. He has hedged me about that I cannot get out. He has made my chain heavy. Also, when I cry and shout, he shutteth out my prayer. Why? Because you are not in right standing with him. So he can't hear you. He's not with sin. He cannot be in the same location with sin. Okay, darkness and light cannot exist together. So if you're deep in sin and you're unrepentant, he can't hear you when you're praying. And that's something that, it was kind of a hard pill for me to swallow at first, because it's like, but I thought God was love. Well, he is love. That is love. Like he's telling you, listen, if you want to do that, it's like the prodigal, it's like the wayward son. If you want to step away from me, you do that. But you can't be hot, you can't be lukewarm with it. Make up your choice. If you want to live in sin and live in sin, don't bring Yahuwah into it, because you made the choice to live in sin. So you have to accept the consequences, and you can't blame him for it, because he told you not to do those things and you said, I want to do it anyway. So now when you're suffering the consequences, you have a choice to make. Okay. You can either continue on in your sin and don't try to get God involved in it, because he does not exist in that. He's not going to bless you in that. The enemy may give you little morsels of little dainties of stuff to make you think you're getting blessed in that, but you're not truly blessed in that, because there's strings attached. In the kingdom of darkness, so many strings are attached. You have no idea to the things that you get. Your unholy blessings have many, many strings attached. And until you come out from under it, you don't even see all of those strings. And so sometimes you have to be snatched violently. Like when you choose to turn back to the Father, you will get snatched violently out of your unholy blessings. And it's going to look ugly for a minute. And I don't know who that's for, but it's going to look ugly for a minute. When you come out of your unholiness and you choose, you purpose in your heart to follow the Most High, you're going to get snatched out of that stuff. And it's going to look real funny. It's going to look real messy for a while, right? Just endure through it. Endure through it, because on the other side of that is such peace. And when Yahuwah gives you blessings, he does not add any sorrow to it. Okay. So anyway, all right. He shuts out my prayer. He has enclosed my ways with hewn stone. He has made my paths crooked. Ooh. So he makes the path straight. But when you are when you are in disobedience, your paths are crooked. All right. He has enclosed my, he was unto me as a bear lying in wait, and as a lion in secret place. He has turned aside my ways and pulled me in pieces. He has made me desolate. He has bent his bow and has set me as a mark for arrow. He has caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins. I was in derision or confusion to all my people and their song all the day. He hath filled me with bitterness. Okay. He has made me drunken with wormwood. He has also broken my teeth with gravel stones. He has covered me with ashes, and thou hast removed my soul far off from peace. I forgot prosperity. Prosperity is ease as well. And I said, my strength and my hope is perished from Yahuwah. Remembering my affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall, my soul hath them still in remembrance and is humble in me. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. So he after all of this, he's saying, but I have recalled this thing that we're about to discuss to mind, and I have hope. It is of Yahuwah's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassion fails not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. Yahuwah is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. Yahuwah is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of Yahuwah. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sitteth alone and keeps his silence, because he has borne it upon him. He puts his mouth in the dust. If so, there may be hope. He gives his cheek to him that smiteth him. He is filled full with reproach. What did Yahushua HaMashiach say? If somebody slap you on the cheek, you do what? You turn and give him the other cheek to slap. For his sake. For his sake. For Yahuwah will not cast off forever. But though he cause grief, yet will I have compassion according to the multitude of his mercies. For he does not afflict willingly. Like I said earlier, he does not afflict willingly, nor grieve the children of men, to crush under his feet all the prisoners of the earth, to turn aside the right man. Let me see if I can just bring up, because I think what I'm going to do, instead of me reading it that way, I'm just going to go to Bible Hub, pull it up so we can read it together. How about that? Might be better. That might be better. Bible Hub. So I'm going to pull up Bible Hub, because I'm spending a lot of time looking down Oh boy. All right, looks okay, there we go. Let's see if I can do a presentation. Share screen. Share the screen. Let's go to Bible Hub. It's down. Share this. Your name, guys. All right. So while this is trying to come up on my awesome, my fast and quick working computer here, I'm going to keep reading. All right. So to subvert man. Okay. So wait a minute. To crush under his feet all the prisoners of the earth. Turn aside the right hand before the face of the Most High. Subvert him in his cause. Yahuwah approveth not. Oh my goodness. What is that showing? Okay. Okay, what is this thing doing, guys? I tell you, I am loving technology today. I'm loving it. I'm gonna keep reading because I think you can hear me, maybe. Let's see what's gonna happen. Holy, holy, thou art holy, holy, holy thou art God. Worthy of you, O Lord, my strength and my soul. We're singing honor, wisdom, and power. You're worthy. Oh my, what is that? All right, people. So I'm trying to share. I don't know what just happened. Everything froze up. So I said, I'm just going to sing, sing, and sing. Okay. Bible or Bible. Let's try this again. All right. I'm going to go to. All right. So, all right. I'm going to continue to read. To turn aside, the browser cannot access your screen. Okay. So I guess I won't be able to do that today. Thank you all for being so patient as I work through these technical difficulties or technical challenges, I will say, because I don't think anything is difficult, but things can be challenging sometimes, right? And stuff happens and we can't control it. That just shows our humanity, okay? It just shows that, hey, things aren't always going to go our way, but it's okay. We just stay steadfast and unmovable and unshakable And that's what we do, right? So, all right, I'm picking this up. Let's go back. So interesting. All right. Where was I? Yes. Okay. So I'm trying to see. I'm checking real quick to see if you can still see me on Facebook. All right. All right. What is this trying to do screen share? And so instead of me continue trying to make it work, I'm gonna continue reading. All right. All right. So to crush under his feet all the prisoners of the earth. That's number 34. This is Lamentations 3 and 34 is where we're at. To turn aside the right of a man before the face of the Most High. Who is he that says, and it cometh to pass when when the Lord commanded it not? Out of the mouth of the Most High proceeds not evil and good. So this is another reason I want to pull up my Bible. It looks like it's trying to do something, y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get us into Lamentations. Lamentations. All right, we got Lamentations chapter 3 and 34. Man, this is moving slow. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Come on. Come on. Don't be tripping. Mm-hmm. Apologize. I got something that I have to do in the next 6 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and jump. Then I may just come back on content or with how today's lesson went. And I do have something at 6:30 that I have to go to. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop where I'm at. I'm going to give this thing time to reset and do what it's to do. And then I will come back later on today's study again. Okay, so I'm just going to call the second time I do it, I'm going to call it 112 remix, right? Because anytime I have to redo it, it's just going to be called a remix. All right. So I will be back with you all momentarily. Till then, to keep you, may he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shalom, shalom. I will see you momentarily. Thank you all for hanging out with me. And stay tuned for day 112, the remix. All right, bye.